The late afternoon sun was dipping low, casting long shadows across the pristine lawns of Willow Creek Estates, when I spotted her Marjorie Hensley, the HOA president with a reputation sharper than a razor. She stood by my pickup truck, arms folded tight, her lips curled into that infuriating smirk I'd come to loathe. As I limped closer, fresh from a grueling physical therapy session, something caught my eye on the asphalt. Two jagged halves of my veteran parking permit ripped clean through. My stomach churned. That permit wasn't just paper, it was proof of 3 tours in Iraq, 2 Purple Hearts, and a spine that screamed with every step. "Nice try, Kit," Marjorie sneered, tapping her polished shoe like she was scolding a toddler. "Real veterans don't look like you. What? You think you can scam your way into special parking?" I crouched to gather the pieces, my hands steady despite the fire roaring in my chest. At 31, I'd faced worse than Hades, ambushes, nights wondering if I'd see dawn. But this was personal. "I'm reporting you for fraud," she snapped, while VYing her phone. "Stealing valor's pathetic. You're disgusting." Before I could fire back, sirens wailed in the distance, slicing through the humid air. Marjorie's eyes flickered, but that smug grin didn't budge. She had no idea those sirens were coming for her. "I'm Jake Thornton, retired Army sergeant, medically discharged after a blast flipped my convoy and my life upside down. 6 months ago, I moved to Willow Creek, seeking peace, a quiet corner to mend my body and mind. The neighborhood's tidy streets and veteran parking spots near each building seemed like a godsend, especially on days when walking felt like wading through quicksand. But trouble found me fast. My first week, I caught Marjorie eyeing me from her porch as I parked in a veteran spot. She didn't say a word then, but a few days later, she pounced. "Those spots are for veterans," she said, her voice dripping with suspicion. "I am a veteran, ma'am," I replied, pointing to the permit on my dashboard. She squinted, unimpressed. "You're too young to be disabled. And that hair? Hardly military." I explained I'd been out a year, hence the longer cut, but she just scoffed and stormed off. That was only the start. Marjorie's doubts morphed into a vendetta. Notes began appearing under my windshield wipers. "Stolen valor's no joke. Park with the CIVYLENs." She snapped photos of my license plate, interrogated neighbors about my SARE VYC, and brushed off my military ID as probably fake. Her dismissal stung deeper than I let Onich jab, reopened wounds I'd fought to bury. Things escalated at an HOA meeting when she stood up, all righteous fury, and declared, "Someone in Building D is fraudulently using a veteran's permit. We need proof of SARE VYC for those spots." The room shifted uncomfortably, but no one dared challenge her. After an older vet, a Vietnam guy named Tom, pulled me aside. "Don't let her break you, son. She's got to control everything." Then came that Wednesday, the day it all boiled over. I was hobbling back to my truck, my back throbbing, when I saw Marjorie leaning into my open window, yanking my permit off the dash. Before I could blink, she snapped it in half, a gleeful glint in her eye. "What the hell are you doing?" I shouted, picking up my pace despite the pain shooting down my leg. She spun around, startled, but recovered fast. "I'm protecting real veterans," she bellowed, loud enough for the whole block to hear. "Kids like you don't deserve these spots." My blood boiled. "I'm a disabled veteran, and you just trashed my property," I said, my voice low but shaking with rage. She laughed a cold, cutting sound. "Prove it. Show me your scars. You walk too well for special parking." What she didn't see was the young woman on her balcony above, phone out, recording every word. Nor did she notice the crowd starting to gather, drawn by her shrieking about my age, my looks, and her plan to get me EVY-TED for lying. I'd had enough. No more reasoning with a brick wall. "Ma'am," I said, forcing calm, "that permit came from the VA, destroying its vandalism and VY-OLAT's federal law for disabled veterans." Her face flushed crimson. "Are you threatening me? I'm the HOA president." "Not threatening," I shot back. "Informing. And I'm reporting this." Just then, the woman above called down, "I've got it all on VY-DAO, sir. Want me to send it?" Marjorie's head whipped up, her smugness cracking. "You can't record me." That's illegal. Not in public, I said, nodding thanks to the neighbor as she emailed me the clip. The crowd murmured, "Phone's now out," capturing Marjorie's meltdown. That night, I filed a police report, sent the video to the cops, the VA, and a veterans group I'm part of. By morning, the clip was everywhere: neighborhood chats, veteran forums, even local news picked it up. Cops showed up at my door for a statement, saying witnesses had confirmed Marjorie's months-long harassment. As I spoke, I saw another cruiser pull up to her house. From my window, I watched her gesticulate wildly, pointing at my place, her voice carrying even through the glass. "He's the fraud." Then a second cruiser arrived. Her tone shifted, panicked, shrill. An officer pulled out handcuffs, and Marjorie's face went ghost white. "This is absurd," she screamed as they cuffed her. "I'm protecting veterans. Real ones." Neighbors spilled onto their lawns, jaws dropped, as she was led to the cruiser, still ranting. The officer at my door filled me in vandalism, harassment, and possible federal charges for messing with the disabled veterans' accommodations. More could follow. 2 weeks later, Marjorie faced a Judd HOA veteran himself. With zero patience for her, I was enforcing HOA rules defense. The video, plus neighbor testimonies, buried her. She got slapped with a doula, $5,000 fine, 200 hours of community care VYC at the VA hospital, 2 years probation, and a mandatory course on veterans issues and the ADA. As the gavel fell, her face was a mask of shock. "But I was right," she blurted, her lawyer shushing her as she wailed about her ruined reputation. I won't lie, watching her crumble felt like justice, but it didn't erase the months of her poison. Now, I'm curious what you think. Was Marjorie just a misguided busybody, or did her obsession cross into malice? Should I have confronted her sooner? Maybe stop this before it exploded? And what about the HOA issue they face heat for letting her run wild? Drop your thoughts below, smash that like button if this got your blood pumping, and subscribe for more stories that'll keep you glued. Let's get this debate rolling. Thank you for taking the time to listen to today's story on Store of Good Stories. If this story touched your heart or made you think, don't forget to hit like and share the video to spread this positive message to more people. And if this is your first time here, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of the meaningful stories we share every week. Your support is the biggest motivation for Store of Good Stories to keep bringing heartfelt and valuable stories to you. See you in the next video. Thank you for taking the time to listen to today's story on Store of Good Stories. If this story touched your heart or made you think, don't forget to hit like and share the video to spread this positive message to more people. And if this is your first time here, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of the meaningful stories we share every week. Your support is the biggest motivation for Store of Good Stories to keep bringing heartfelt and valuable stories to you. See you in the next video.